Hi, I'm Eldon, operations here at HelpJuice, and today I'll be doing a short overview of HelpJuice, who we are, and basically what we do. So, HelpJuice is a easy-to-use knowledge-based software guaranteed 50% less support emails and a lot more happier customers. Starting off with your HelpJuice knowledge base, you're immediately taken to the backend where you can easily add content and control content, go through the analytics, manage users, and basically customize the look and feel of the knowledge base. Before we dissect the backend, a couple of our front-end examples include, let's say, this beautiful knowledge base at help.fullstory.com. You can see users have the ability to perform searches, navigate through the categories, popular topics, and whatnot. Then another knowledge base being help.getjobber.com. If we open up a quick article here, one interesting thing about them is that they have a little quick navigation tool or a quick jump, if you will. This is great. It's very action driven. It makes the user experience a whole lot better if you have these long articles. And we also have sendoutcards.com/support. It's a great example. It's embedded directly within their app so that it has that home built feeling, and ton of different approaches that you can handle with this. So starting off, your knowledge base is not going to look like this. It's not going to be populated. The first thing that you might have is something like a clean slate, if you will. So here we can see within a new language, we don't have much content. We only have one category in. And we can see it's very easy to, let's say, add a new category. If you would want to add a new category, click on the button in the top right and type in your category name and then just choose the accessibility of that category. We already have one category added here, and it is internal, which is based off this little lock icon. And if we go back here and go to the main, well, our testing knowledge base, if you will, we can see that we have a bunch of different categories, some with a lock icon, some aren't locked in. We have the ability to, here at HelpJuice, we have the ability to select these categories. We can share them differently. Let's say if you would want to control which user group has access to what content, you can easily do that by selecting URL only, selecting internal, or even selecting public. Another thing that you can do is move them around. It's super easy to move these categories around. You would just select which category they would want to go in, and that's basically it. And going from here, let's go ahead and open up a category. Let's say we open up Getting Started here, and we can see that we have some 3 subcategories here. We have a bunch of different articles below. We can see who's the author. We can see some short analytics. And we have the ability to open up the article. Let's open it up. Now that we're in this section of the article, we can see keywords. We can see revisions, primary and secondary categories, who are the authors, and some more analytics. If a user would want to receive notifications on this specific article, you can easily click follow and receive notifications. That's all fine. I want to go ahead and make an edit. Let's go ahead and click edit. By clicking edit, you have the ability to add more keywords, which influences search. Check out the revisions done to the article. Choose multiple categories for the specific article. Change the visibility, and make article changes. The text editor, you might be wondering, pops up whenever you're ready to make a change. The text editor pops up whenever you're ready to make a change. You have the ability to, upload files or images, insert videos, change the text format, and so forth. Create unordered or ordered lists and so forth. That being said, this really isn't the part that makes us different. We are just a knowledge base, and we do some things different. One of those main things is search. Our search works in 2 different ways. There's a traditional part of search and a auto-updating part of search. The traditional part of search is, let's go ahead and open up one of our examples here and type in Getting Started. The traditional search is going through the article title, the body of the article, and keywords for any relevant results. And that's why we got Getting Started with Full Story as our first result, because Getting Started is mentioned in the article title, so that's going to immediately pick up first. The second part of our search is the auto-updating part. It's called Contextual Awareness. Contextual Awareness basically tracks user information and uses that information to auto-update the search. User information includes what is the user searching for, which article did the user open, and so forth. All of this information is actually being tracked within the analytics panel. So let's go ahead and navigate there, and let's start talking about analytics. Within your analytics panel, you're able to see your total searches, how many emails are being saved, how many people are contacting support, more information on employees, more information on searches, and more information on articles. Email saved is our way of saying how many people found what they're looking for on the knowledge base, while contacted support is a small contact form. Let's say if I type in London here on our knowledge base, and if we get 0 results, we get a little contact form through which the user can interact with us. This contact support button routes to the support email inbox of your choosing. Let's say if you would want to understand a little bit more on your searches, navigate to the searches here. And for this past week on our testing account, we can see 101 total searches, 89 people found a match, 60 people read an article, and 49 people bounced off the article, meaning they didn't find what they're looking for. Down below, we can see a little bit more information on each search query, if that makes sense. So let's say install, and let's say if we click on this little info button, we can see all the queries that people have used throughout time to find their results. Now, internally and externally, this next segment is awesome. It was requested by our clients, and we took note of their feedback and incorporated it within our design. So within the questions panel, this is basically where you understand the knowledge base. You understand which answers need to be improved. You understand what's being viewed, what's being read. You understand who's liking the questions the most, or what are your users spending most time on. What are they reading the most or viewing the most? And then down below, you also have individual article information, such as when it was last updated, their likes, their dislikes, and so forth. Just a ton of information coming at you, which is easily exported in an XLS or CSV format, so that you can use that information to improve the knowledge base even more. Then we also have more information on categories. This is basically simple views and on each different category, and also more information on your users. Shall you decide, I want to understand who's active, who's not, who's constantly adding articles, and so forth. Now, going from analytics, another huge part of Help Juice is how easily customized it is and the level of customization that we offer personally. Let's go ahead and open up the Customize panel. You have 3 different ways of editing the knowledge base. The first and simplest way is going to the theme, selecting a theme, installing that theme, and then clicking on Basic here to change your branding image, to change the color of your links, your titles, your background, and so forth. For a little bit more higher level customization, it would have to be done through the code view. This is something that we can actually help you guys with. For example, help.fullstory.com or Jobber here or Send Out Cards. These are all examples that were built by us, customized by us, in which we had a helping hand through the customization process. Going from the customization, another key part of Help Juice is using it internally. Let's go ahead and dive into using Help Juice internally. I'd like to cover different user groups and how you can set up your knowledge base to be internal. So the first step to using your knowledge base internally is to go down to the settings page located in the lower left corner, clicking on settings, and clicking on the use your knowledge base internally only. You check this and hit save changes. Now once you do that, only the users that you have added through the users panel here would have access to the system. You might be wondering, are there different user groups? There most certainly are. We have administrators, collaborators, draft writers, and viewers. Administrator, everything that I've showed you throughout this video, analytics, customization, content, and so forth, the administrator has. While the collaborator, they would only have access to the dashboard button through which they can publish content and change category names and article titles, so forth. Draft writers, it's a similar process, only access to the dashboard. However, main difference, they are not able to publish a article without the authorization of a higher level group. And viewers, they can simply view the internal information. Let's go ahead and open up a incognito window, and let's see what happens if I try to open a locked down knowledge base. So this is our knowledge base. We can see so let's go ahead and open up a incognito window and see what happens when we type in our knowledge base. We're not signed in. Let's go ahead and see what's going to happen. I'm a little bit further out from the router, so it might be a little bit slower. Oh, there we go. So we can see I have to sign in prior to having access to the information. A couple of different ways I can sign in. I can sign in via Google Apps. I can sign in via my HelpJuice credentials, or even over through single sign-on if it is activated. Another major thing to mention is with HelpJuice, we can actually make the authorization happen through your side. So let's say if we wanted to make sure that every signed-in user within your app, that they have access to the internal information. We can easily set it up so that the login is happening through your side. And this would basically be done through restricting access to only via JavaScript and embedding the HelpJuice knowledge base after the login form. Another cool thing within HelpJuice is the sign-in behavior. Let's say if you would want to make sure that your viewers, instead of landing on the back end, that they land on the front end, which the front end being this, of course. You can easily tweak that by changing the sign-in behavior here. Another cool thing that you can do internally is change the accessibility of categories. Let's say if we wanted to make sure that getting started is only accessible to, I don't know, our sales team, you can select private and then allow specific users access to this category, and then click update category. So that was a short tutorial on using your knowledge base internally. Hope you guys liked it. I'm Eldon once again, and if you guys have any comments or any feedback for this video or something you would like to see, please let us know. Anyways, I'm going to leave you guys to it, and thanks and have a nice one.